me? Redford, get back in your hole. My God. What? We got barbecue we gotta do tonight. There you go, folks. It's a chicken with the last barbecue Redford. So we're gonna extra sharp. This down. 1, 2, 3. Little leg. Look at. No effort. No effort. See how this came off there? That's the way chicken. Look at it. I didn't try at all. That's the way chicken should be cooked. It looks burnt. It ain't burnt at all. Just all that fat sort of. It's like bacon. Just sort of. Wow. I'm gonna do some damn jalapeno on that motherfucker. There's some good eating right there, boy. Look out. So yeah, that was plenty of chicken. I'm done with it. Eating enough chicken for tonight. Paintings, you know what I did. I'm just leaving here to. I'm trying to get done with them, you know. I think there's about 9 of them. I want to talk about them right now. Give you a little brief. I'm late. If y'all can see this. Here's one of them. Like an old guy leaning against this tree. There's a Spam can right there. Got finished painting them up. Ain't done. I'm not done with it yet. It's called. I first had this idea of like Gacy, John Wayne Gacy in blackface. You know, and like here's this guy, kind of a fat guy. He has a blackface, you know, like the makeup, that Jorgensen makeup, you know. But yeah, I'm putting this all on eBay too. So I'm trying to get. I gotta get some money to get the fuck out of here. Things. I don't know if y'all can see them. There. One guy's drinking, another guy's just sitting there. Nice little piece of wood, little box, but it's a black cat or a panther. Little eyes there. It's called snake bottle. White goat rider. You know, guy in black, you know. Then those little Mexican friends. These things I just found around here. I think Justin left them over. Got a little sickle stuff. White goat rider of the apocalypse. And knowledge of Justin. You know, he'd like to be on a horse, but I don't know. A while back. I don't know if y'all can recognize this. This is really like, and there are only 2 people who know exactly what this is, maybe 3. I can tell you right now, one of them is Bosco, the other one's Bart. Tape Man Bart, Bosco, Chalmers. And these are all taken off of I think a red mud painting that he did of this parodying, I think, parodying Lonnie Tolliver. And you know, to kind of think about a lot of this stuff, if I always wanted to do a cut jersey show, I'll show you 2 examples they did. And see, this is my extenuation of this, see? Bosco 1, Bart 2, Chicken George 3, eBay full of greatness. This is my take on it, and it's done on an old cheap Mexican frame. You can buy these things, you know. And then Bart's had a guy had a book or something like crack or something, and Bosco's had one with a Bible, and so I just did a kind of an homage to kitschy, fun painting. I think it's a neat little weird painting, so fence painting that I painted over an old marathon painting from 2002. Weird stuff in it, you know, called chicken painting. And this was done, man, this is kind of old, it's 2000. San Marcos. This was actually May. This is right when I left from Redford in 2000, spring of 2000. I lived in this whole library over here. And I came back and I kind of went back to painting chickens again because I needed some money. So this was my sentiment of painting chickens, like this rope and this anvil smashing this chicken head down here. It's called the Great Bible Exchange. Bible verse exchange from me and Eric Maximus. You know, and about like a year ago we decided we were going to email I took some wood, I shipped them 2 pieces of wood from Cowboy Kelly's place and wrote my favorite Bible verses to him, 2 pieces of wood. He got them, and then he mailed me one. And this is what he mailed me, which I thought was really good. And I'll read it out here. It says, "And the king said unto her, What thou?" And she answered, "This woman said unto me, Give thy son, that we may eat him today, and we eat my son tomorrow. So we boiled my son, and did eat him. And I said unto her the next day, Give thy son, that we may eat him. But she hath hidden her son." Kings 2 kings, 6, 28, 29. Eric Maximus, chicken drawers. So that's called disobedient woman. It's better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and angry woman. Kind of like, I know what that's like here in Redford. Proverbs 21:19. Eric Maximus. Great Bible verse today, Chicken Drawer 2010, some kind of random portrait, Redford. And there it is. He glued a little bush tab on here. So I had to make a painting around this of this guy walking away from his house, and he's popped a beer, and he's just walking out there, and it's that crazy. His wife's in the background yelling at him and stuff like that. Think about all this stuff, you know, being here. It reminded me of when I was leaving back in 2007 in the Shotgun House, and I made this collection of videos. You know, almost over the same topic, same characters. Red, Justin, and Eric Maximus, and I think Bosco was in there, and Lonnie Tolliver. Just this litany of folk art nightness, which is what I like to do. But you know, I have to kind of think about it. Pretty sure I got that video locked in my head.
Oh my God!
Actually, I'm moving out of the Shotgun House. I like San Antonio, but I'm getting real restless here. I want to go back to San Marcos River for the summer. Depicted all my buddies on eBay and abroad. Kind of like a weird, bizarro comedy. Watching Maury and Jerry, and we just were goofing off, and I thought, well, ain't got nothing else to do. I ain't got nothing. Yeah, I went halfway through all this, and then I just basically collapsed. So I took this out to dry because I've been throwing polyurethane all over the place. And a storm came through and blew this one over into the back of it there. I couldn't find it. Red sings Justin is chicken teeth. Here's the it's based on a story or a discovery of this thing I found. Well, see, one time I was out on this ranch, and happened, I guess, somewhere in the it had to be in the early 90s somewhere. And as I was walking around, I was at a buddy of mine's property, and we ran across this field that had must have been like 2 or 3 acres of nothing but exotic game had been killed and just let in there, you know, bison and weird goats. I mean, there was a lot of unusual, you know, carcasses there. But they were all dead, and had their bones were all sticking up in the air, and you know, the skulls were there, the horns, but you could see them, all these little white spikes coming up out of the ground. Not even out of the ground, they're just laying there, and they just, for some reason, they didn't know what to do with it. They didn't really want to dig up or bury their bodies. Well, as we found out about all this stuff, and we started talking about it, the owners of the property realized that we were snooping around, or noticed all this stuff, and we might want to come and snag all those, you know, bones and stuff. So this guy, or whoever it was, got wind of this and decided they were going to take a tractor, and they turned that property upside down. However, they just turned the topsoil over to not have any of the bones sit. And I was thinking, my God, you know, think what happens, you know, as this property gets bought or something like that, and they happen to be digging down into this thing, and they see just hundreds of these skulls everywhere. I go, well, you know, to me that's sort of like the eBay world. You know, there's just tons of weird artifacts and dramas that get made and created, and then they just get buried over. And or, you know, it's kind of like the art world. You know, there's just a lot of layers and layers of psychodramas in history that are created and usually sort of gone with time.